What's going on, guys? This is Raghu from Team AviFit and welcome to Fit in 5, and today we'll be taking you through simple and easy 5 effective muscle growing tips. Before jumping onto the main topic, I really want to thank each and every single one of you for liking our videos and appreciating our content, and we'll make sure that we give you good quality and effective content which has a science and a reason behind why we're giving it. Okay, and thank you each and every single one of you, and we love you all. When it comes to muscle building, everyone thinks of only one thing, which is protein, and there are a lot more you have to focus on in order to build bigger muscles. Okay, and what are those? Let's see it. Firstly, focusing on the negative. What I meant to tell when I say focus on the negative is whenever you're trying to do any form of activity, you have to focus on negative rather than focusing more on positive. Okay, positive phase is whenever you're contracting that muscle. Let me give you an example with the bicep curl. I'm holding a dumbbell or a resistance band, whatever it is. I am trying to contract that particular muscle, which is a positive phase and a contraction phase. Okay, so this is positive, and whenever I'm stretching that particular muscle back to its normal length, that is a negative phase. Okay, what most of the people do is they get dumbbell and they try to contract that particular muscle and they just drop it in that negative. Okay, but what you have to do is whenever you contract, you are building a contraction and a resistance and tearing those muscle fibers on that particular muscle whichever you're working. And also you have to focus on the negative, because whenever you're trying to drop that weight slowly, you are trying to create an isometric tension over that, which also helps you to grow bigger muscles. Okay, so try to focus on negative no matter what exercises. Whenever you're trying to do chest press, this is a positive, and whenever you try to go down, try to go very slow so that this is a negative. So you are continuously stretching that muscle and tearing those muscle fibers no matter what. If you're doing a lat pull down for back or rowing, squats, any form of activity, try to focus on negative as well. Secondly, nutrition to the point. When it comes to muscle building, everyone thinks of protein. Yes, protein do help you to recover from that torn muscle fibers, and it also help you to recover from that whatever tear you have got during that workout, and you have to put that BCAA, which are the essential amino acids for you to recover from that muscle tear. Yes, protein do help, but there is one more thing which you actually need to focus on is carbohydrate. Why carbohydrate? Means it gives you that fuller look of that muscle. Okay, when I know most of you can relate to who have depleted to their bone. Okay, so what happens is when you try to deplete that, you are depleting that muscle glycogen from your muscle. Okay, so when you try to fill up those glycogen later on after depletion, you have toned that muscle fiber and you are giving a little bit of carbohydrate. You have a storage, two storages. Okay, one is liver glycogen and muscle glycogen. Muscle try to store those glucose molecules in form of glycogen. Okay, so you get that fuller look instead of that depleted look. Okay, try not to focus only on protein but focus on carbohydrate as well, because that gives a fuller look and definition for your muscle as well. Okay. The third one is stretching. I know most of you will be like, what stretching, how does it even help to grow bigger muscles? Okay, so whenever you're trying to do any form of weight training or resistance training, what happens is you are put to that anaerobic zone, as I explained in my previous video. And what happens in anaerobic zone is you try to build up lactic acid, which is a byproduct of those ATPs whichever your body is capable of getting that energy from. Okay, so that lactic acid, what it does is, you might have experienced that whenever you're trying to lift heavy weights and after like half an hour or you get that lactic acid and muscle soreness. That is because of the lactic acid. Okay, so what you have to do is whenever you try to stretch before, intra and post workout, what it does is you try to get those lactic acid relaxed and pushed out of that muscle so that your body can like flush out of it. Okay, so whenever you're trying to stretch, you are making a scope for your blood with the nutrient filled to get to that particular muscle. For example, if I worked on bicep and or any other muscle in particular, and get those nutrient filled blood to that muscle for muscle recovery. So stretching is really important. I do it very often. Whenever I finish my one exercise or one set, I try to do it and stretch to the fullest, no matter what muscle it is, even if it is tricep, shoulder, or even the traps. Okay, so try to focus on stretching as well, because that gives a scope for bigger and growing better muscles. Fourthly, good amount of rest. I know most of you know this, but the reason why I'm telling good amount of rest is what happens is whenever you're resting your body, not rest means you're just sitting idle in a place or meditating. Meditating also helps you to recover from that muscle soreness or muscle tear, whatever you have from that weight training session. But whenever you're sleeping, what happens is you try to get that constant heart rate, which is really important for your body to recover. Okay, what happens is whenever you're trying to maintain that constant, it is more effective. Our body tries to perform in an effective manner and pushing those nutrients at a constant heart rate. Okay, so it helps to recover from that muscle soreness and muscle tear, whatever you had, and it helps to create a bigger muscles. The fifth and the last and the very important one is lifting what is right for you. Do you remember the first point which I said, focus on the negatives? Yes, focusing on the negative and lifting what is right for you, even if that is a 5 kilo dumbbell, that will help you to grow bigger and larger muscles. Okay, so what most of the people believe that is, if you want to grow bigger muscles, they have to lift heavy. Yes, that also works, but it'll make you prone to injuries as well. If you're ready to go and take those injuries, it is fine. And people who want to play safe, just make sure that lift what is right for you. Don't focus on whoever is lifting like 25, 50 and 70 kilos. Just make sure that if you are ready to lift 15 kilos with the right posture and right amount of reps, then that is the real and exact weight which you have to like lift it for you. Okay, so try to focus on lifting what is right for you, because that is really important if you want to go run in the long run of weight training session and build a better physique and also stay healthy at the same time without any injuries. Okay, so try to focus on and lifting what is right for you. I hope you got the information and now you know exactly what you need to do in order to grow bigger and larger muscles. Okay, so don't forget to hit the like button if you have liked this video and subscribe if you haven't already, and feel free to comment down if you have any queries regarding fitness or nutrition. We are happy to help you, and till my next video, stay fit, stay inspired.